Meeting to order, and we'll start with the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Sue.
Commissioner Wilkinson.
Here.
Commissioner Desjardins.
Here.
Commissioner Burge.
Here.
Commissioner Prunick.
Here.
Mayor Barry.
Here. Item B, public comment. I'm gonna make one first, actually. Michelle, welcome. We are so thrilled to have you, and I hope you survived your first day.
I did. I'm here.
You're coming back.
The drive.
Just the drive.
Yeah.
So welcome, and yep, we're, like I said, we're glad to have you. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Anybody else have a public comment? All right. Hearing none. Item C, consent agenda. Everything good? Need to pull anything off?
I pulled the old report out. We had two
Oh,
bills.
oh, I didn't see. I
I just added the part about the
There's an extra paragraph in the second one. I move we approve the consent agenda.
I'll support. Moved by Commissioner Desjardins, supported by Commissioner Prunick to approve the consent agenda. Any more discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. New business, Kathy Reynolds,
This is
monthly
quick.
report.
It's quick. So, hi, my name's Kathy Reynolds. Hello. Welcome, Michelle. Just to give you just a quick thing, our office and what I do reports for, we're right across the street from Subway. We make up, we're unusual for even for the whole state. We include the Munising Downtown Development Authority is our office, and there's just two staff. We do these different things, so it's not different people do different things. So we are the Munising Downtown Development Authority, the Greater Munising Bay Partnership, which is the Economic Development Office for the whole county, and then underneath that umbrella is a chamber. So it's a whole big combination of things. So when I give a report and you see me, it sounds like I'm wandering and I'm going all over the place.
You call us a weave.
It's kind of because we do a lot of different things. So, but welcome. So if you got any type of question, no matter how weird it is or anything like that, please reach out, and Pat is the other person who's the office manager there, and she's just a wealth of knowledge. And we also run a welcome center too, a visitor center too, along with a million other things I'll tell you about later. So, of course it's the holidays. Rekindle went really well. Very happy about that. I will mention though, I think maybe this next year we need to look at a little bit, and I don't know if we need to have like one person down there from the police department or something like that. We put up roadblocks every year. You would think people pay attention to roadblocks? No. Bob's shaking his head, not really. They really don't. And the problem with it is, and if you kind of get caught up in it, say you had to work and then you didn't get out of there at 5:20 or 5:30, you can still cut around, right? And go down through the alley, you know, cut around through Mazzelli parking lot if you're down here, or by George or something, or down on the other end, you can kind of cut around. But people just, you know, just freaking sometimes fly. And I'm just looking at that as being an accident waiting to happen. So it's just something to keep in mind for, you know, later on, especially even that if maybe somebody's having another kind of event, if they're going to be shutting off the road. You know, I've seen people drive around these roadblocks on the end of the road. So maybe if like a police officer or something could kind of, you know, do a drive through. If they think somebody's around, maybe they won't do that. But other than that, everything went really good. We had probably about 20 businesses participate, so we're very, very happy with that. We had the Munising DDA Business Decorating Contest in South Bay. Outfitters won again. Not that they've won every year, but a lot of years they do. The Getaway Drop-In Center down at the end of Superior got second, and Driftwood Deli got third. Kindle Grand Giveaway, I'm so pooped right now because this was finally the last day. I think everybody in the office is just like, and all the volunteers. So what we do there, if you aren't familiar with it, for every $50 you spend in Alger County, you get an entry. We have sponsors every year. We had more sponsors than we've ever had. So we've got over $12,000 in prizes this year with it. Today alone, to give you an idea how busy it was, we collected over $250,000 in, you know, receipts. So I think it was just today, or I think I'm correct, or maybe it's 20. I don't even know. But it's, no, I think it's $250,000 altogether, the 12 or 13 days we've had it. But today was just insanely busy today. But it's great for the businesses and it's good for the people. They get very excited about it and we're very happy about that. We just got done, the DDA did with their second round of facade grants that they did for the year. We did 8 facade grants in the first round, probably do about 4 in the second round. Other than that, that's about it. I shouldn't say that's about it. We've just been so busy with that other stuff, so I don't know if anybody's got
Any questions for Kathy?
any questions.
A little bit, but I might need your purview on this one. So, we're reappointing Debbie and Pat to
Yes.
the DDA
Yeah.
in a later business item.
Mhm.
For a little bit of education through transparency aspect,
Sure.
can you please tell me the posting process and if you had any other candidates?
It doesn't have a posting on it. You don't have to do a posting on it. It's not an open position. It's just they come up for renewal. Then they can go ahead and apply for renewal at the end of the term. If they don't apply for renewal, you've been on the DDA for a long time, Ron.
They both,
Then it would come open, and then you would have a posting.
they both serve business owner in the district seat.
Yes, there's certain unusual, I don't want to say unusual, but categories. So you have to be a business, like so many seats have to be a business owner within the DDA district. So many have to be, you have to have a vested interest in property. Live in the DDA district. So it's not easy, honestly, to be able to get people to serve in the seats because the DDA district isn't the whole city of Munising. It's just a select, partial.
Well, I remember when I first moved here, I was trying to get on the DDA because there was an open spot, but I think it was because I lived outside of the DDA, I couldn't, where I'm at.
Yeah, the last time there was an open spot, it must have, I think it was almost Travis Cross might have been the last open spot. Yeah, everyone, but it's very, very few and far between because most people, once they're on, they like to,
Oh, yeah.
I think they like it, they feel like they're doing a good job, so they never leave compared to other boards where people drop off and then you gotta find people to fill it and all that.
Right, and in
Post it.
no way does this have anything to do with the 2 applicants or 2
Yeah, oh,
reappointments
yeah.
at all.
Yeah,
It's more
it's
just
just
like,
yeah.
even living in, or like when I started on the city commission, I lived in the DDA, and that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
But I know how important it is in terms of getting information from the DDA to the rest of the public because there are so many ways it breaks up. And so when you have a reappointment process that leads first, and that leads to questions, and questions that go unanswered lead to disdainment. And this is a really good way to just kind of talk about it casually and kind of
Yeah.
explain those things a little bit in a public forum. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yeah, sure thing, sure thing.
Anybody else?
Do you have a set number of seats on the DDA?
There's 9 people on there, and then the city manager is a non-voting person that does come to the meeting. And then
The mayor
the
by
mayor has a seat
Correct.
by ordinance or
Yeah, I didn't know
whatever.
if there was
Yeah.
7 or 9.
Yeah, there's, 9. It's not like some boards where you can have between 5 and 20 or something like that. No. So we have to have so many.
We've been down that road, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Between 5 and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's been a great, honestly, I've worked with boards for my entire career in higher ed and then, and nonprofit and all kinds of stuff. And I can say that the DDA board is very vested and very engaged, which you don't always find, a lot of times when you're working with boards in your life, so, which is really nice. So. Nothing else?
Thanks, Kathy.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Okay, item 2, pay and Dolan invoice for 2025 patching, in the amount of $32,192. This is just another installment?
This is the final.
For the,
I heard that's everything.
say it again, I'm sorry.
I believe it's just the one.
Okay. So we're still paying for the paving.
Well, I guess we gotta pay it. I move we pay the amount, or pay and Dolan their invoice of the amount of $32,192 for patching.
Moved by Commissioner Justardens, supported by Commissioner Wilkinson to pay the Authorized payment for the Canaan Dolan invoice in the amount of $32,192. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item 3, UPEA invoices for the Anna River Bridge, Bridge 8/3/25 through 9/27/25 in the amount of $25,020. I'm talking to Ray today. I don't know if we're getting close enough to get this closed out, or,
The Anna River Bridge?
Mhm.
Oh, so this is too low.
No?
I
Okay.
am not involved in that.
Okay,
That's a great question.
okay.
It sounds like there's just a closeout based on whoever signed this.
Although he said, I think he said that MDOT had to close it out, and there's a chance that MDOT could create some more buildings up by UPDA, so not 100%.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what this also.
And there's no, like, we're not gonna get an invoice from like November in January, are we? Because, I mean, these invoices
Yeah,
are
they're
for
pretty
September and
slow.
October.
Yep.
So we can be pretty slow paying.
Yeah, yeah, this is only through September,
Mhm.
so you get 2 months, October, November.
There wasn't any more work being done.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but
Doesn't
engineering.
mean you're not,
Yeah,
doesn't mean you're not gonna get a bill.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where Ray was talking, that once we get everything taken care of to get this closed out. So, it's, gotta get paid.
I'll make a motion, we pay UPA invoice for the Anna River Bridge for $25,020.
I'll support.
Moved by Commissioner Pruitt, supported by Commissioner Justardens to pay the UPEA invoice, Annie River Bridge project in the amount of $25,020. Any more discussion?
Yeah, real quick, the invoices on the agenda for today do not match the invoices dates. Are we doing the right ones?
27 and 27.
What do you mean they don't match?
One says August 8th or August 3rd,
Yeah,
and the other one says September 27th.
I know, I added those together and went from August 3rd all the way to the 27th.
So is that the range of when we,
That's what they're billing us for, the billing period.
August 3rd to September 27th.
And
okay, but
I
they do
added
not-
both of those together to get to the 25.
Right, so my confusion came because you gave the range of the project, not the dates that were listed actually on the invoices specifically. So that,
Okay, well,
but now
I
that
took
that's.
the starting one and the ending one.
Okay,
I'm not confused.
alright, as long as that doesn't impact the motion, then we're good.
Okay. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item 4, reappoint Debbie Neto and Patrick Gerke to the DDA. We've got their letters that they are more than willing to renew their seats.
I make a motion where you reappoint Debbie Nadeau and Pat Garrity to the DDA.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Wilkinson, supported by Commissioner Birch to reappoint Debbie Neto and Patrick Gerke to the DDA. What, is it a 3-year term? Yes, for a 3-year term. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Something right through. Item 5, dump truck rental. Okay, we've got a sole source bid in front of us from Seaberg Enterprises. And I know that there's some discussion on this, so
Yeah.
please, I open the floor up.
Section 5.11, well, in the purchasing section of the city charter, for a sole source procurement other than professional services, we need a written recommendation from the city manager.
Yes.
Was his email of yesterday constitute a written recommendation?
Yes. So under the law-
This doesn't constitute a written
Well,
recommendation.
that could, depending on what it.
It could, but
I mean, it's hard to tell, like Commissioner Burgess said, it's hard to tell who wrote that. I mean, we understand that it was Ray, but he should have initialed it or something, but all those things are writings. Under the law, an emails are writing, a text is a writing. All those things are writings.
well, that part's good enough for me. And
Okay.
I asked, and I didn't get an answer yet, about what we use this dump truck for, if we're not
Just for
plowing.
moving snow?
Oh, I thought it was hauling snow.
Just snow.
Hauling snow.
Hauling snow away,
All
So we're gonna store, it's gonna reside in our garage,
when it's not in use yet.
okay, for the winter.
They use it on nights all day.
All right.
So here's the problem I ran into though, so that's just to flesh this out a little bit. You know, under 5.11 financial interest part, it says that no contract shall be involved an elected or appointed officer. So my first thought was that, you know, your treasurer is not in either of those, but then I look back and
She is an appointed officer.
she is an appointed officer. So under 4.6, the administrative officers of the city shall be the city manager, city attorney, city clerk, city treasurer, city assessor. And then down further, it says the city manager shall be, the city manager shall be, no, I'm down further here. For an, it says the city manager, city attorney, city assessor shall be appointed for the city, by the city commission for an indefinite period. All administrative officers, which it says if there's the treasurer, except the city manager, city attorney, and city assessor, shall be appointed by the city manager. So she is appointed, she's appointed by the city manager and confirmed by this board. So I think she is an appointed officer.
Yes.
Okay, so then, once we get to that point, okay, she's an appointed officer. Now, 5.11 is really a very restrictive thing, because what it says is that, okay, if you have an appointed officer or an elected officer that has an interest, then you have to pass a motion that says it's in the best interest of the city. And I have one drafted, by the way, a proposed motion, a suggested motion. However, it also says that it has to be passed unanimously, which is a little odd, because again,
All sole source procurement has to be passed unanimously too.
no, there you go. I mean, your charter is a little heavy on the unanimous thing, but I guess it's a good thing. But just so you know, you're gonna have to pass a motion, and this is what I suggest it should say, if you're good with this. It's a motion that in the best interest of the city, any conflict the city treasurer may have with the proposed contract for the use of a dump truck be waived, and that competitive purchasing is not feasible in this particular case. That covers what you need under 5.11, and then, again, it has to be unanimous, otherwise you're gonna have a problem.
Okay. I'm assuming that Drew didn't want to part with any of his trucks for the winter. That would be the only other person that I can think of who would want to bid on it.
Tried that last year.
And,
It didn't
yeah.
go really good.
Yeah.
Was that Drew's last year?
Was that's who we
Well,
used last
started
year?
No, yeah.
Right down
The trucks were, yeah, they.
Okay. I didn't see that part, that it was Drew, it just
It did,
said.
I don't think it said.
Was this sent out to bid?
It didn't.
No.
No, it was sole source. Like Brad was saying, Drew was the only.
He's the only other person I can
Person.
think of, in the maybe Devilak out in Tronic, but I don't know that he has a dump truck he can spare.
Well, and that's the thing that kind of throws me off here, is that we've got two very specific circumstances, and at least from my organizational aspects of it. One is that we've got the nepotism clause aspects, and then we have, is this really sole source? And I think those are two very separate things that have to be addressed and figured out, and may even have to work the motion specifically to make that work. But as far as the nepotism aspect of it, it makes sense if this is the best bid.
Sure.
You know, those things happen, it's a small
Best
town,
condition.
we discussed it, everything else. But because with my part of the email that I asked for additional information for, that was not addressed by Ray, was specifically, how do we know that this is the only person that's got a dump truck? Us having casual knowledge does not seem to fit sole source aspects. We don't have last year's bid. We don't have any documentation that says that the other company's truck was not sufficient. At least not presented to this board as we said. Like, I mean, you're here, you might be able to shed
Yeah,
more
I was
light on that. And
I wasn't in on it either.
and so now we're at a spot where we have to say, do we feel comfortable enough in saying that this is sole source when we don't have that documentation and that move towards it? And I don't think we do. Like I said, I'm fine with the nepotism aspect. I think that's clear and cut and okay. I don't think this is sole source.
No, Ron, you weren't part of it, that the other guy had a bad truck or any of that, were you part of that?
Just what I heard.
just what you heard from the guys,
And it's,
And when
Like,
that
as
stuff
a
broke down
superior-
last year, though, we
Broke down.
did go with Seaberg contract. We did this last year, too.
when.
After Giroux's trucks, when we tried those first and they didn't work, then we did rent from Seaberg.
Do we have that meeting minute? Do we have the agendas that address those circumstances beforehand? Like, do we have those still on file and available?
I don't remember we even addressed the issue, I think was because it was under $5,000, the city manager just did it on his
Yeah,
own.
that's what I'm thinking, that
I don't remember addressing it.
I don't either. And so it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, we're kind of in a spot where I would say 19 out of 20 times we would have the available stuff, or we'd have the city manager still here. And this is just kind of that weird spot where we're really opening ourselves up for litigation by not having those things in place.
So here's another option, is that you stay under the $5,000, because under $5,000, you don't have to do the competitive bidding. So you can do that, but that's only 58 hours. You know, last year, it was 65 last year.
It's
Which, I
65.
mean, it was a record snowfall last year
Yeah.
too.
So, I mean, you could push this down the road and say, well, we'll authorize 58 hours and keep it under 5,000, and then you're gonna have to then come March or
Comes
April.
back.
Depending on what the winter does, we don't know.
Right.
We don't know.
And how quickly we might be able to get the truck.
We might have a barn burner over winter, who knows, right?
Well, we're not getting our truck.
Did we
58
know
weeks.
that it was gonna take that long for this truck?
I don't think we did.
That's a whole nother issue.
Yeah, it got pushed out and pushed out.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
I don't know that I would have approved the
I
bid on this
was
truck
thinking-
if I known we weren't gonna get it for a year.
Right.
Plus.
Almost two.
Yeah, like I mean, was that the only place that we could get it from? Or there was two bids if I remember, wasn't there?
That I-
That was
Nothing
before
about
Ron
it,
and I were on the
it's
board.
just-
That's how
Yeah.
long it's been.
Yeah.
Like, we
It's
weren't
just-
even on the
We were
board
part
at
of
the
that.
time.
So it's over a year ago.
Well, the truck is sitting there.
Yeah,
It's
the
just no
chassis
box.
just
Right,
sitting there.
in
yeah.
fact, yeah, and it's recommended that we should go get that truck too, so we can get it inside, because it's just outside, weathering the elements.
So your options are, you
Yeah,
pass
skip
this
that.
motion unanimously, and then you go on about business, or you reduce it to only 58 hours and stay under 5,000 and deal with this later on in the spring, or you go out for bids, and then you push it off, and I don't know if it's a timely problem, I don't know when you need to move stuff.
Well, you might start, you have to
So
start
there's your
doing
three,
something
there's your three,
quick.
1, 2, 3.
Just me speaking, I personally think that the safest option is to just keep it under 5,000 and then address this when, like, I do think that when we hit 40, because there is in the bid right now, it says that we have to grease up for 40 hours, we need to know. That way we can take the time and then we can have everything set up by the next meeting.
Don't make it an emergency.
Yeah, like we hit 40 hours, let's go ahead and start.
Look at this again.
Yeah.
Okay, I would entertain.
I have one question, maybe Kirsten, you can answer this or not. Does Wyatt need this dump truck in the wintertime? Does he use it?
Is it appropriate for me to make a personal comment in my capacity as treasurer?
Well, because that would be my question. Are we gonna store it all winter for 60 hours of use?
Unless Wyatt has the necessity to also haul snow, it is not in use.
I mean, he needs to have access
We,
to it.
Seaberg Enterprise, put plates and insurance on it for the remainder. Normally it's in storage, insurance. Is what I would say.
I'm just thinking if he needs it while we have it.
I mean, we use it
Doesn't
at
sound
night.
like it though, it sounds like they store it.
I mean, what, Ron's gonna be using it at night too. I mean, I would imagine Wyatt wouldn't be using it at night. I mean,
I see it
I guess
during the
who
day
knows, but-
downtown.
Yeah, if you're just gonna use it for hauling snow, you're gonna use it during the day, you're not gonna use it at night.
They just say at
Well,
night.
they all at night.
Yeah, they
No,
don't.
they just say they hold at night.
And the contract says providing Seaberg Enterprise access while not in use.
Yeah, I mean, it gives us, right, like we got first dibs during this time, so.
Yeah.
One last question, I guess. When billing this to MDOT for reimbursement, how does that change in hours? and
It
impact?
doesn't.
All right,
It's
so,
usually
and if we
We
go.
go
to
by
bid-
how the specifications of the truck to get the billing amount, and it's
Okay.
billed as if it were ours.
Okay.
Because we're end up having to pay for it and get reimbursed anyways.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if we do go out for bids later on, it's not gonna be a problem in terms of the billing cycles or
Correct.
submission? Okay, all right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Well, I would have one question. You wanna do, you wanna reevaluate after 40 hours or whatever. You're not gonna put it out to bid then? Are you gonna put it out to bid at the end of January, hoping that, I'm just, that confuses me.
All right, so the reason why is because, we both shared frustration at last meeting about not knowing things in a timely fashion.
Yeah.
We have a brand new city manager that's literally this is the first time that many of us have met you, is
First
today.
day, it's our first day.
Yeah, first day,
Fresh, when it's
so this is a lot of extra stress. 40 hours matches the bid, and it allows us to have a little bit of extra pre-planning to make sure that if we do have to go to bid, and I feel, given all of the extra work that's gonna be going on, the questions that are involved about a nepotism thing, even though that I feel comfortable with it, I really wanna make sure that for the public, we're stressing where these benchmarks are, so that way we protect our staff member. Like that kind of thing really, that's the leadership that we need for this aspect, I think. So 40 hours just seems to fit the best. If you want to change it to 20 or change it to 30, I'm up for that. But that was my thought process behind it.
Do we know how many hours Drew had in their truck last year? Was it 65 total with both trucks, or was it? Do we know that? It was 65 total with both trucks. So we had record snowfall last year. We had 65 hours on it last year. We're gonna drop it down to 7 hours.
Should be adequate.
It's a
Assuming we don't
gamble,
get
but
weather like last year.
And it's a much larger truck that holds a lot more snow than
the
the.
boy's moving a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's moving a lot more snow, but what,
Yeah,
I'd be a lot more comfortable going with the 58 hours, staying
Yeah.
underneath that, than trying to work something that might be at the end of January, and we might, we gotta give people time to bid. So you're gonna have 30 days to bid, so, I don't know, so my thought would be to go with the 58 hours.
Yeah, 40 is just a procedural aspect, so that way we can do things in a timely manner if we have to.
That's 18 extra.
I have an operations question. If the guys hit that 58 hours, because there's an hour ticker in the truck,
Mhm.
in the middle of the night,
Mhm.
just want to stop.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's an
I
If
guess-
operations
we're
question.
looking at it at 40, we're gonna already have this in motion,
I just,
so.
Bob mentioned 58 again.
And can they?
Well, I think that's the motion, to keep it under
I have a
$5,000.
proposed, want me to try another proposed motion?
Yep.
See if it works. A motion that in the best interest of the city, any conflict the city treasurer may have with the proposed contract for use of a dump truck be waived, and that the contract be for up to 58 hours only, with an evaluation of the contract at 40 hours.
That way then, that kind of covers it if something, that
Well, you're
we're already
Look
aware.
at it at 40 hours.
Yep, that it,
Yeah.
we're already kind of covered that if something
Right,
happens.
that's what my thought is. You'll know how far you are.
So we want 40 or 58?
58, but the 40 was just to have an eval.
Because they're increasing at 40 hours anyway.
If we hit 40 and it's February 2nd, then we're gonna have to go out for bids.
Probably.
And so, if we create an automatic benchmark, we go for 58 because that's what's under 5,000, but we build into the motion, we have to have it brought before this board at 40 hours. That's what I'm trying to build into it, so that way we've got that fail-safe, so we can do things in a timely manner.
Good.
All right.
Yeah, he said 18 hours.
Well, if you want to make that motion, I'll let you word it.
I have one other question, and she brought up a valid
Go ahead.
point. If you're gonna make it at 58 hours. I ran a trucking company too, and there you can be in the middle of something. If 57 hours and 30 minutes starts at 11 o'clock,
Sure.
you're gonna plow or you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do for another 3 or 4 hours. So they're gonna work for half an hour and then go back to the barn. I don't know how we can,
That's why we're doing this
That-
eval at 40
But
hours.
that's a practical problem for Ron, though, he can start watching that.
Wouldn't that be the same at 65? You know what I mean? What if they went out at 64 hours? We'd be in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But he includes storage for the winter costs. Okay, I don't know that I can restate that motion.
You could pass it as I stated it if you wish.
And with 58 hours and an evaluation at
Let
40.
me make sure you agree with it. So, motion that in the best interest of the city, any conflict the city treasurer may have with proposed contract for use of the dump truck be waived, and that the contract be for up to 58 hours only, with an evaluation of the contract at 40 hours.
I make that motion.
I will support it.
Okay, the motion has been made by Commissioner Birch and supported by Commissioner Justardens.
I have a comment.
Oh, I don't know how to, I can't rephrase the motion.
Oh.
As
What he
written, the
said.
motion is written. Any further discussion?
We would typically use this not an hour at a time, but an 8-hour shift at a time. Would get a night with no snow, so we're gonna move snow.
Yeah, if there's that much to move, I guess.
Right,
Okay.
Otherwise, it might be 2 hours.
sure. But I mean,
It's a very advantageous contract for the contractor because he gets heated indoor storage for the winter.
That's
And I'm
just a
okay with that.
perk. All right, anybody else?
I request a roll call vote.
Okay. Roll call
It has
vote,
to be
please, Sarah.
unanimous.
Yep.
Commissioner Wilkinson,
Aye.
Commissioner Justardens,
Yes.
Commissioner Burge,
Aye.
Commissioner Prunick,
uh,
Mayor Barry.
Aye, motion carries. All right. Item 6, appoint street manager.
That was a
Street manager, what did I say? Street manager?
street manager.
Right, welcome to the club.
Street administrator.
Sorry,
I move we appoint the city manager as the street administrator.
I'll support.
it's been moved by,
Does it need to be by name? Because we have Ray Anderson.
yeah, yes.
Good point.
I was gonna
City
say-
manager
say this.
Michelle Harrison.
Okay. It's been moved by Commissioner Justardens, supported by Commissioner Wilkinson to appoint Michelle Harrison as the new street administrator for the city of Munising. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item E, public.
Wait, it's a resolution, doesn't it need to be a roll
Oh,
call?
yeah.
Oh, it is a resolution, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Roll call, Sue.
Commissioner Wilkinson,
Aye.
Commissioner Justardens,
Yes.
Commissioner Burge, Commissioner Prunick, Mayor Barry.
Aye, that motion carries. Okay, item E, public comment. Anybody?
I would just add my welcome to Michelle. Can you
Thank
say?
you.
You have a nice drive this morning?
I did. I guess coming from another snowy place,
Right.
it was not so bad.
And everybody is cordially invited to her coming out party, the business after hours at the Connection on Thursday from 5 to 7.
welcome, Barry.
Yeah.
So, welcome again. Anybody else? I would
I'll make a
entertain
motion to adjourn.
I'll support.
Moved by Commissioner Wilkinson, supported by Commissioner Prunick to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.